I'm going to hit record. I'm then going to hit screen share so you guys can see my screen. And then I'm going to hit play on Keynote so you guys can see this. Well, let's hope this all works. So I just wanted to welcome you guys to our Getting Started Right call. We wanted to make sure that this is a call that even if you're a veteran coach, it might be good to go back to the basics and go over some things that might have gotten forgotten or looked over or missed. It's also something good for veteran coaches to use because it'll help you be able to then really help your new coaches get started the right way with the right information. And we want to say welcome to all of our new coaches on our team. Our team is growing. It's been really fun and awesome. And I'm just super stoked and super excited to have such growth. Mainly because I love seeing this work for people. I love seeing this happen. Actually, hold on. I'm going to do this because I forgot that this is going to be over top of our, there we go. Haha. There we go. Because I didn't do the slides right. So then it's not over top of our slides. Okay, so you are a part of Team Force, and I am going to say I started Team Force. I'm going to talk a little bit more about leadership in the coming slides. The first thing I'm going to say is the best tip I can give a new coach is to get a notebook. You might think, what? That's kind of weird. Grab a notebook because there's going to be a lot of information thrown at you. There's going to be thoughts you have, questions you have. Grab a notebook. I suggest, and I even have, I go through notebooks, 5 subject notebooks. I buy like college season, school time, and I buy them like up the wazoo because 5 subject notebooks I love because then I section out personal development thoughts that I'm having throughout the day. I have a section for the people that I'm talking to or people that pop into my mind that I need to connect with or, on calls like this. So I kind of grab the 5 subject notebooks so then I can section it out. So it kind of sections my notes out, but that is the best thing. And always approach a call, a webinar, a personal development with an expectation to get something out of it. Because if you go in without any expectations, then you're going to come out without having gotten what you want. Whenever I go to something that has to do with business, I always say, I need to learn more about XYZ, and it has yet to fail that something doesn't hit me. And some things are going to go over your head, around. Some things you're going to hear for the 50th time. Some things are going to be new but not applicable yet, but there's always going to be something that just kind of hits you right here where you need it at the very moment that you need to hear it. So grab a notebook, pen and paper, and be taking notes because it also helps you because you hear it, you can see a slide, you write down what your thoughts are. I even suggest kind of doing a line down the middle so you can take notes on one side and then put your own thoughts or action items on the other side, because there's usually going to be an action item, because I don't like to just do rah fluff. They call it a preacher versus a teacher. A preacher gets you think about service from church and fired up and just super excited. I'm more of a teacher. When you think about a teacher's gives you instruction, gives you action items, gives you homework sort of thing. And so there's nothing wrong with either one. We need both. You'll actually see that there are success partners that do really well. Carrie Lynn, awesome preacher. She gets me fired up. She gets so excited. And she even has a little bit of teacher in there too. So it helps because we work really well together with that where we connect. But having a teacher mode, that's who I am. So you're going to get homework when I talk. So part of Team Force, I started Team Force. Now you might have heard a different name from Team Force. That is the mother team, I guess we could say. But From there, we have sub teams like Team Epic. We have Team Prodigy. We have Fit to Be Me. We have newly Fit Freedom with Sarah Collins. We have, I think Sarah Hatch finally has settled on Fit Legacy or Freedom Legacy. We're going to double check on that. She has kind of had a question about what to do. So, and I'm sure, you know what, you're probably going to hear lots of other names. What that means is that you are connected to a leader on Team Force who has decided to not just help people with their fitness, but they have decided to help people with their financial situation and or social situation. You know, Beachbody is not just about getting fit and healthy. That is, the more fit and healthy you are, the better you can enjoy life. But I love to say that what the other side of Beachbody is about enjoying life with friends. And that's what the coaching side is all about. But for Team Force, you know, don't underestimate the ripple effect. And I have a few notes here first I wanted to cover to make sure I talk about, and then I'm going to totally go off of my heart. So just letting you know, I am looking at notes, but be prepared because I may get some emotions involved. You know, the ripple effect, we call it the compound effect. What you do each day really matters. And that's been made apparent to me because I have dabbled in the coaching. I dabbled in challenge groups. I was here and there and not really consistent. And it was when I decided to be consistent and I started to do the little things. This team with Team Epic, run by Jitana, she has taken her team and combined, we are now close to, 500-600 coaches all together. And it started out, you know, with one person. And that's where you are starting today. I started at the same place you did. One person going, I have no clue what the heck it is I'm doing, but it sounds really cool. And it sounds like a way better way to look at life than where I am now. There are 2 coach groups that I have put together. The Team Force Locker Room, the slide you see here. This is my home base for all of my personally sponsored coaches. I have opened it up for all of my personally sponsored coaches to add their coaches to. It's kind of the place where if you have questions about challengers and connecting with the right program, it's where we have our announcements with team calls. It's where we do our I'm going to start doing our hashtag of the month. I think that's really cool. I think it's really connected us together. You know, so that's kind of where a lot of the announcements and connectivity goes as far as the technical side of coaching. Then also there's the Team Force New Coach University. As a new coach, it's kind of a home base for you for training. We do a training that runs for 3 weeks. The first week is like it's lesson-based, a post a day. And then we do a lot of workshop where we share conversations that we're having and kind of workshop what went well, what didn't go well, how we can improve in connecting with other people and building better relationships. So if you are added to the Team Coach University and we're not in the middle of, or you're added in the middle of a training, don't stress. There's a place to start in the files section to start going through some of the lessons. And then, like I said, every month we will start a new training. And so if you're in the middle of one and you don't want to get too overwhelmed, just connect with your sponsor coach and do what they tell you to. But you do have the ability to kind of go through the files section in that group to kind of connect with the different lessons there to get started. But that's what this call is about getting started and getting started right. Now, we have these 2 groups. You have your online office. We have a call that comes from corporate on Mondays. We have this call on Thursdays. There is no lack of training. In fact, it's kind of overwhelming with how much information there is out there. But what that means is that you have everything you need for success. You have any question you have can be answered. How do I know that? Because I started without a team. That's why I started Team Force. There is not a team above us because I don't have an active upline. When I started, there were no webinars to hop onto. There was no training to have. There was no coach group to be added to Facebook. I started and said, what am I supposed to do? And I went in search of what I needed to do. The questions I had, I looked up on YouTube. I looked up on Google. I asked other coaches. And so I know that the training that you need to be successful is available to you. The only factor between coaches who have success and coaches who don't have success is whether or not you show up and you do it. And I know that the ones that I have talked to, everybody has the capability. I believe that this can work for anybody because I've seen it work for so many different people who have come from so many different demographic, geographical, background, environmental situations that have totally rocked this. And so the deciding factor is whether or not you're going to sacrifice some time to learn what it is you need to know. And then the most important thing is implement. I know a lot of coaches, I've seen a lot of coaches come and go, and they have learned everything there is to know about this business. And then they struggle and they stress and they're frustrated because it's not working. And it's because they're not implementing what they need to do. They get busy building Facebook pages and YouTube channels and blogs and scheduling posts and doing all this thing, and they don't do the 3 vital behaviors, which is what we're going to talk about that will bring success. So you go after it. Don't be afraid. You know what? You're going to mess up. You're going to fail. You're going to mess up. It's going to happen. How do I know? Because I've made tons of mistakes, and I still make mistakes. Mistakes show that you're learning, you're growing, you're trying new things, you're trying to see what works for you, what doesn't work for you. And thank goodness we learn from mistakes. I mean, I'm looking at, right now, Andy got a new bike for her birthday, and she has fallen so many times and she's getting so frustrated. She's very impatient. And I think, man, it's going to be so cool when you get it and you just zip through the neighborhood and you just get it. And it goes for learning how to walk, learning how to ride your bike, and you learn and you fail and you see what works and what doesn't work. And then you do it, and then you teach other people how you've done it. And then they find out what does and doesn't work for them. So that's where I want to approach the idea of no one is a leader. I don't say I'm the leader of Team Force. I don't say I'm a leader of this group. We are all leaders. We all have special talents. We all have special strengths. We all have different things that we bring to the table. Kind of I like to think of Team Force as like a mastermind group. We all have different ideas that can work, and together we are better. Lead from the middle. It doesn't matter what rank I am versus what rank you are. You might say, hey, you know what? You've been doing this for a while. Can I make a suggestion on how you might tweak how you run a challenge group? Or maybe we need to add this video into the coach training, and it might just be the thing that I have been missing. People see things differently. And so do not be afraid to be a leader. I want to hear from you guys. That's why this month we have the hashtag Happy Thoughts. And we are reading our personal development books. We're learning and we're growing and we're sharing the things that are affecting our lives, and we're tagging each other. That's because we are all connected in this movement to improve our own lives and help those around us. And it doesn't matter how long you've been a coach or not. You have something to bring to the table. So be posting your personal development and tagging us. Be posting in the coach group. If you find something, Gina, she was like, oh my gosh, the leadership ladder. I was like, yeah, I've heard that. I've been talking about that. But then I really started digging in, and I want to do a call specifically about the leadership ladder because that's kind of an important thing to be implementing. I didn't understand it till she stressed the importance of it. And so, things that you have questions on, things that you want to learn more about, and things that you have found that work for you, share. We are all in this together. Let me see. And here's the thing is is, like I said, I'm still making mistakes. And, you know, we, it was Christina. She was like, "Hey, I just want to point out, do you still get butterflies? Like, do the butterflies ever go away?" Because she posted her before and afters on Facebook on her profile. I said, "You know what? They don't go away. I still get nervous. I still like get butterflies, and I still have this hesitation sort of deal, and there's still a fear of doing something wrong, saying something wrong, you know, royally screwing something up." But the idea is that together we're better. I see how you guys are supporting me. I'm supporting you. And the butterflies don't go away. We just tap into the courage we have to move forward anyway. And that actually brings me to my story, because there's a reason why. You'll see, I started coaching back in 2010. So I've been a coach for 5 years, and it's kind of embarrassing at first for me to say it, but I didn't see the opportunity I had in front of me until very, very recently. I started coaching as a discount coach, which means I love the idea of getting 25% off of everything Beachbody, because working out at home was the way to go for me. I didn't actually start doing challenge groups and actually inviting people to use the programs until 2012. And then I didn't actually start coaching, actively pursuing this as a business until 2013. So it took me 3 years. And one of the reasons why is because growing up, I had two very loving parents who were very, very limited in their thoughts. I had a lot of successes, but the way I was raised, I never got the A's. I always got the B's in school. I played softball, but while I was good in my high school, went to states and just totally, crapped out there. Like, we lost every first game ever that we went to state tournament. I went to college, but I didn't get a scholarship, like my sister. I didn't make it onto the softball team. I made it onto the practice team. And basically I did the grunt work so they could all improve. And eventually I might actually play in a game. And so all my life, I kind of almost made it, but never really reached my goal. And there were things that were said while I was growing up, like, "Lori, we know that you're not smart enough to get a scholarship. So you're going to have to really work on your softball in order to get a scholarship if you want to go to a good college." So there was things, and that's where somebody asked me, "Well, what is personal development? Why do we need it?" Because there are things that are said that you might not even realize, and they might not even realize, that are planting limiting thoughts in your head. There was a point when I was headed to a conference, and I was sitting there waiting for the plane, and sitting with another family, two little boys. And one of the boys, said, "Hey, Dad, look at that plane. That's really cool." And they were looking at it, and he said something to the effect of how, so-and-so, his friend, gets to fly every year to their vacation spot. And the dad said, "Well, that's good for them. That's cool for them." But then he said, I'll never forget it, and it was one of those things where it was a life-changing moment. He said, "But you know what? People who have that much money, they could always be doing something different with that too." And I just thought, oh my gosh, so this child was talking about his friend who flies on vacation with his family, and this dad was like, "That's cool, but he could be doing something better than paying for his family to go fly somewhere every year." I didn't know that, but that dad just put this limiting thought that having money And doing something with your money isn't necessarily a good thing. And the way he said it, the tone he said it, obviously he was jealous or had some sort of a, pull up his butt about people who have money, sort of deal. And so that poor child is going to go home and look at his friend and go, they could be doing something better with their money. They must be selfish, or, so there was a thought that was placed in there. So anyway, I had, with Beachbody and personal development, I'm now seeing different things that are said, and I'm trying to be very careful. It's spilled into my parenting, which is what I'm very grateful for with Beachbody, because I'm able to talk to my kids about the law of attraction, the law of stewardship, about doing, goal setting and striving for dreams and things like that. Way different than what I was taught. My dad had a hard time keeping a job, so we moved when I was 7. And then for the next 7 years, we moved 13 more times. So pretty much every year we moved, and it was very hard for me, whether or not I really knew it, but every year I didn't create friendships because I wasn't expecting to stay in any one place for very long. My dad went, and he wasn't military either. And so I didn't learn how to create friendships. I didn't learn how to care for people and open up to people, because what was the point? I was going to be leaving anyway. And so when I first started as a Beachbody coach, I was all excited, except then those 2 factors crept into my activity. Number 1, I was afraid to talk to people. I didn't know how to talk to people. I was stressed about talking to people. I was stressed about making friends. I was stressed about letting people into my life and being a part of theirs. You look at my history, I don't have a best friend from high school. I don't have a best friend from college. I even still, until Beachbody, didn't have a best friend up until 2013, when I really started to dive into personal development and creating relationships. I even remember telling Cameron, I've got these kids and I have nobody to talk to about them. I don't even have a best friend. He's like, well, why not? I'm like, I don't know. Well, because I didn't know how to have a best friend. The other thing was that I was afraid of failure. I was afraid of making all these friends and having them see me fail. And at the same time, I was afraid of making friends and then failing them. Because I just have never been good enough to reach my goals. So how was I going to be a leader in helping other people reach their goals? And so I let myself get in the way. So that's why I really want to stress as a new coach, go after it. Don't be afraid to fail. It's going to happen. You're going to make a mistake. You're going to mess up. There's going to be, a challenge group that doesn't go well. There's going to be a conversation that doesn't go well. It's not the end of the world. You will get over it. They will get over it. If you're always leading with love and helping other people, it will turn out okay. And it's okay to make mistakes, because you will learn and you will grow. And so as soon as I figured that out, I'm a qualifying 2-star diamond. What that means is that I have decided that I am no longer going to let myself get in the way. And I now am saying, you know what, guys, the training might be all over the place. Our challenge groups might be a mess, but I am going for it, and I am failing every single day, learning and growing. And I am telling everybody that if you want to fail and have a great time doing it, come on with me, because we'll do it together. It was an aha moment that I had with Gigi. That's why 2013 is the year that I really decided to go after it, because I had Gigi in April and I didn't work at all. And I mean, I didn't do anything Beachbody in April. And it was at the end of that month that we still, I wasn't working, and obviously Cameron wasn't able to do much. I say wasn't able to, I relied on him a lot. Gigi was a hard, crazy baby. And we were able to pay cash. We were able to pay cash by the end of the month for that hospital visit for the whole entire birth, completely paid off. Had her April 8th, April 30th. the whole entire hospital bill was paid for. And it was because of my paychecks that I was making haphazardly through Beachbody that we were able to do that. And that's when I kind of was like, wait a minute, I got something going on. And the last summer, Cameron had a whole bunch of people from his industry calling him saying, do you have work? There's no work. I'm going to have to go find another job somewhere else. And Cameron's like, I don't even have a lot of work. Just last summer for the film industry, it kind of stunk. And we kind of like going, okay, well, wait, why are all these other people calling you and you don't have work? And again, it was my deposits from Beachbody going into our bank account that kept us going and kept it so we weren't stressed like the others were. And there are a lot of people now that are his friends that are no longer doing what he is doing because they weren't able to survive the dip last summer. But he was. And that made me feel really, really good, really special. And it helps that we've kept a lot of stress out of our marriage that comes from financial, problems, financial things that happen. And so that's when I really, April 13th, I said, April 2013, that end of the month, I said, okay, it's time to really go for it. It's time to really share what I have and not just do this as a hobby, but really make this work. So that's why you guys are here, because I started working and I started building and I started talking to you guys and you guys started talking to your friends. And so let's get to business. I just wanted to share that a little bit to show you that, you don't have to be perfect. You don't have to know everything. You can, have all sorts of different things going on and you can still succeed. So let's get to business though, because that's what you guys came here to hear. I want to say that, welcome. You are a business owner. You are the CEO of your own business. We are entrepreneurs, and you don't want to be like that guy down at the bottom, kind of waiting for people to come to you, waiting for your paycheck to grow, waiting for things to happen, going, nothing's going on. You want to be the entrepreneur. And I have the $39.95 there because we all pretty much started with a challenge pack. And that's the cool thing, is that we're getting in, and the reason why, and the whole entire way to get started with Beachbody is to actually see if the products work by doing a challenge pack, by getting Shakeology, trying it out. So that way then you don't have to be a yucky, slimy salesperson. But $39.95 is the startup fee for a business owner, and that's waived when you buy a challenge pack. And so, you need to be proactive. Like I said, you have everything you need. Don't sit around and wait for me to give you the go-ahead to do something. Don't sit around and wait for your sponsor coach to tell you whether or not they think your idea is a good idea. Go ahead and do it. It's your business. And that's the best and coolest thing about it, is that we all are working this on our own time, on our own pace, and making it our own. And so, be there and own it. I always tell all my coaches, look, I'm not going to go chase after you. I've set these things up. There's a reason why we have the New Coach University. There's a reason why we have these calls on Thursday night. We have the call from corporate on Monday that you can listen to, or listen to a recording. I'm not going to go chase after you for you to pursue your goals and dreams. I'm not a manager, and I'm not a babysitter. I am here to really make it work and do the best I can, so then I can plug you into something that's going to help you make it work. But I'm not going to be calling you saying, hey, you didn't make it to the call on Thursday, is that something that you are going to listen to? It's up to you to do what you need to do to make it work. Kind of like somebody who's religious, you have to feed you read your scriptures, say your prayers, go to church. Yeah, you got to feed your soul. You got to have that same mentality to motivate yourself to show up and do the things you need to do to run your business. Let's see, this is the kind of the flow of what a coach goes through. As coaches, you invest the $39.95 to start your business, and then it's $16 a month to keep our business operating and active. That's it. You run a business. And so that means for the first 6 months of running a business, you pay out $120. There is no other business that you can start and pay $120 for the whole entire first 6 months and have unlimited potential. Like, there's no other opportunity for you to do that and own your own business and have an unlimited potential to just do what you want with it. And so I'm going to go here because a lot of people are like, but Shakeology costs, $102 with tax a month. Well, you know what? I need you to start thinking of Shakeology more as a health investment. Shakeology is not a business fee. Shakeology is something that you're doing to better your health, better yourself, reach your fitness goals. It's something that I always say, whether I'm a coach or not, I'm going to be drinking Shakeology regardless, because it is what I need for my body. It's helping me stay healthy. This pregnancy, I was not drinking Shakeology for Scooter or Andy. I didn't know about Shakeology. Shakeology wasn't around. I drank it for Gigi, and I'm now drinking it for this one. And these pregnancies have been amazing. I actually had somebody write me and say, Lori, you're posting and you're kind of unbelievable. You're not relatable, because there's nobody who could be going through pregnancy without the symptoms that come with pregnancy. So can you share with me a little bit more? I think I'd be a little bit more vulnerable. And I was like, yeah, okay. You know what? For Scooter and Andy, had horrible pregnancies. I ate everything in sight. But I can honestly say that because of working out and because of Shakeology, I don't have the, I thought that was Cameron texting me. I don't have the cravings. I don't have the things that, just happen with pregnancy. And I really believe it's because Shakeology is giving me the nutrition. And so getting to the slide here, if you're drinking Shakeology as a coach versus a customer alone, it's $179.92 that you're saving, and so you're already on the saving end. So if you don't even, that's why I tell everybody, if you're going to drink Shakeology, become a coach. I mean, that's, it's actually a gift to you, because even if you don't sell anything, you're going to be saving $60.22. I did the math. I'm a numbers person. So you're saving yourself this money. And so why not do the coaching and help yourself out financially? But when I talk to people, coaching costs $16 a month to do. That's what I tell them. Shakeology is not a business fee. I say it costs $16.95 a month in Utah for tax, I think, or something like that. It is a tax thing. I think it's $15 to $16 a month. And then on top of that, you get 25% off of your Shakeology. That's why I talk about that. And so I wanted to talk a little bit more about the franchise idea. I think that the fact that it doesn't cost a lot of money is actually a hindrance in some ways, because you get started, you buy a challenge pack, you get fit, you're getting healthy. It's $140 for a challenge pack for on-demand and Shakeology for 21-day fix. And it's kind of been hard to really wrap mentally around the fact that you now own something like a franchise. So I was looking, Mary Maids in Tennessee and 7-Eleven, I just pulled out, looking at franchises. You can pick whatever. I was thinking about Mary Maids because I need my house cleaned and I need to start paying them to help me clean my house as my belly gets bigger. But, an initial franchise fee is about $25,000. To do a 7-Eleven is about $31,000. And on, you got your building maintenance fees, you got to pay employees, you're going to have to pay somebody to help you with legal fees, you're going to have to pay for advertising. So while it doesn't cost a lot of money to start as a coach, I need to start thinking about it as I have this business and I need to be serious about it. Because if you invested $25,000 this month to become a Beachbody coach, you'd be working your butt off to be able to make that money back as soon as possible. So have that franchise mentality. I hope that helps to kind of really help to show you that you've got a blessing. It's a gift right there given to you to have this business available to you that doesn't cost a lot, but that doesn't mean that you'll see success if you work it like a cheap business, like a hobby. And so I just wanted to throw that out there. So what you do invest, though, is even though you don't invest a lot of money, you do invest time, because it takes time to build relationships. It's a relationship business. It does take time to learn the ropes. So I wanted to show you guys. Here it is. I went back. My first paycheck as a coach. I signed up in November 10th, 2010. My very first paycheck came 2 months later. And that was because I talked to my sister about Shakeology, and so she did me a favor and she bought a bag. I showed up. I did what I needed to do, and I I invested time, and I made $30 in my first 2 months. Had I quit then, I can't imagine not doing this. I would have lost out on a lot of blessings in my life. So yeah, you're going to work a lot, and Carolyn and I have this conversation all the time. Like, you're going to work a lot, and you're going to invest a lot of time in the very beginning. But it's the compound effect of everything that you do each day is going to make a difference. And you're going to grow this business, and little by little, you're going to see things change, and you're going to see that the consistency of showing up every single day will pay off. Here is the progression as a coach. You first start off as a coach. When you make your purchase, you become an active coach. They actually have it cycle every Thursday. So when you become a coach, or you sign up somebody who becomes a coach, they become technically active. Just because they have so many people signing up all through the week, they just have their system kind of do a rollover on Wednesday nights to 11:59 p.m. is the end of a pay period. So midnight Thursday morning, East Coast time, and then that Thursday mornings are paydays. So you become an active coach, and that means that you have 50 PV. PV is just, I have a separate call that I can do, and I think I even have one recorded. They assign point value to each product, programs, Shakeology, things like that. Shakeology is 90, different programs are 90 or 45, I think is 21-day fix. And so they want to just see that you are using the programs and the products. And so an active coach means that you have 50 personal volume points, and that makes you active, and you can then be able to get leads or commissions and things like that. And this is just to kind of this is kind of your goals that you want to shoot for. I will go over more in detail on the Get Started Right personal calls that we have, or in other videos. Your goal is to go for an active emerald. That means you have 2 coaches, 2 people doing this with you. I highly recommend a spouse. Here's the deal. Cameron's a coach. Cameron doesn't coach. Cameron is a coach. And so as you learn more about how the bonuses are paid out and how things work, I get a paycheck every Thursday, and so does he, because he is an Emerald coach. And so he is benefiting from everything I do. And so we are tapping into bonuses twice a week. And so that's been pretty cool. So if you're serious about growing this business, capitalize on having your spouse be there They don't have to be, you know, I was like, Cameron, don't talk to people, just send them to me. No, he's great. Now after a few coaching sessions. But yeah, so Cameron's one. And then I have my sister's another. And she loves Shakeology. She will be doing coaching as a business. She loves getting the 25% off. And so she's a coach for me, and so is Cameron, and I became Emerald that way. We can explain a little bit more. What Emerald means is that you now are going to get bonuses. You're now opening up to collect bonuses from Beachbody. You now have the capability of getting leads, all those infomercials, commercials, marketing, the billions of dollars that they pay to advertise their programs. When people buy them, they send those names over to Emerald coaches who are hitting Success Club. We'll talk about Success Club. But that way, then every week, I get people who have bought programs and are asking for help. And then after that, every single purchase they make, I get the commissions from. And so that's a cool thing to activate as Emerald. Ruby, you get bigger bonuses from Beachbody. And as a Diamond coach, you get even bigger. And so that means you have a Diamond coach is 2 Emeralds, 1 on each side, and then 3 other coaches. And so those are kind of the rank advancements. And that's how Beachbody, that's where people say MLM versus direct sales. We're not an MLM. We are direct sales. You get to keep your 25% commission. I don't get anything off of what you guys sell. These PV points they, as a team, when we hit a certain amount, Beachbody pays me a bonus for leading. And as you advance in rank and help more people and get more people involved in coaching, they pay out bigger and bigger bonuses. So going to Active Diamond is a great goal to have. It means that you're going to be getting bonuses, bigger bonuses weekly. You're helping other people be able to tap into this financial opportunity to work from home, be fit, be healthy, be part of a really cool team. So I just wanted to show that real quick. And don't get caught up in the details here. We're going to move on. But this is what I was making. This is from when I was a Diamond. But this is why it makes a difference. You see my retail commission. You know, I'm not selling a lot. I'm hitting Success Club, and I'm which means I'm helping people get 3 people get challenge packs a month. But you can see here my team bonus, $252. That's a bonus. That's because I'm helping you guys, and that $252 means that you guys are getting paychecks. And so this is when I was a Diamond coach. And so you can see that, you know, when I was first coaching, I was making 29, you know, I was making $30 a week, you know, $100 here and there. As a Diamond coach, I started making the $500. I have to insert that Beachbody does not, this is not a guaranteed income, but it goes to show you that you're able to increase your paycheck by helping other people start their online fitness business. And so the matching bonus, when you're a Diamond coach, then you start also, Beachbody pays you to help other people rank advanced to Diamond. So their team bonus that they get, you get a bonus on top of that. It's kind of crazy that Beachbody is, well, here's the deal. Beachbody is giving out money like none other. That's what you can get from this slide. Beachbody is giving out money like none other. This fast start bonus is where they put, when you have a coach who signs up, that's where they put that commission, because it's not a retail commission, it's a coach sign up. So they put that there. So that's what that is. Yeah, so Beachbody is giving away free money. Why not have it be you who's making that? But that way then you can see that rank advancing, building a team is really helpful. Because that's how we were able to pay our hospital bill in cash, because I had not even realizing what I was doing, started to build a team and was a Diamond when I had Gigi. So your new coach, there's all these things going on, right leg, left leg, Success Club, TV, PV, placement, like you're getting bombarded with a whole bunch of stuff. it's kind of like walking into a college course, and you don't know everything that's going on. You look and you're like, oh my gosh, like what the heck did I get myself into? You're looking at like the last chapter of the book and you're going, holy, it's like a whole other language. I'm gonna show you exactly what to focus on. And you will learn step by step. Like I said, I got started, I had no clue what I was doing, and you will learn step by step, day by day, taking one little thing at a time. So what I want you to remember is that feeling overwhelmed is normal, but don't run away from it. Just know that you will learn, you will grow, and you will be teaching, you'll be doing your own webinar and teaching your coaches this same thing and saying the exact same thing to them, knowing that they're feeling really stressed out right now, but trying to reassure them that it will be okay. We're going to work through this together. So you're like, okay, so here's what we do. You're a coach. What are we going to focus on? Here's what we're focusing on. I want to say when you're a new coach, we're going to say you're an apprentice coach. You're learning the tricks of the trade. Follow your sponsor coach. Do what they do. Ask them questions. You're learning from them. The number one goal is finding 1 to 3 people. And I think I'm going to scratch that out. We're going to say find 3 people to join your next challenge group. And it's your next coach's challenge group. I'm always running challenge groups. Carolyn's running challenge groups. Sometimes we run challenge groups together. Your sponsor coach. There is somebody on this team every single month running a group. So don't feel like you have to be stressed out about the group. Your focus is just simply finding people to join you with a challenge pack for the next group. We have a challenge group starting on the 6th. So if you even want to still, on Monday, if you still even want to connect with people all the way up until Sunday, I let people into the group, because the cool thing is with the Beachbody On Demand, even if they don't have their Shakeology right away, they can start their workouts right away. And so that's all you need to worry about. You wake up tomorrow morning, you're like, crap, what am I doing? You're finding somebody to join you in the next challenge group. And that's what the focus, the little magnifying glass. I don't know, there's a lot of moms, a lot of women on here, so I don't know if you guys would have done it with your kids, but maybe look at your kids or ask your husband. The magnifying glass like focuses the sunlight, and you burn a hole, and sometimes you find a bug. I know my brother, he likes to he likes doing that, or he tried to start a fire. It didn't ever work with twigs. But laser focus. Just find people. We are all about helping people. Don't ever let anything else get in the way of you sharing your heart with somebody because you want to help them. That is the root. That is the core. We are helping people. So that is your focus. Find 3 people to add to the next challenge group. We have one starting on the 6th. I think the next one, I have to find the actual date. We'll be posting in the team page what the next actual date is for the next challenge group. But there's usually, we try and run 2 challenge groups a month. The second week of the month, within the first week, you're able to talk to people and get them connected and get successful points, which are important, and I'll explain why. Or the last week of the month, or the second to last week of the month. That way then you can wrap up. And that way then there's always opportunities to connect people to challenge groups. So that's your focus. Don't stress. Focus on that. But you're like, okay, well, wait, what do I do? How do I do that? Keep it simple. Kiss. Just kiss. Kiss your Beachbody business every day. I don't know. That sounds weird. Don't do that. Here's an example post. Grab a picture of you working out. Grab a picture of your before and after. Just say, I got so excited, I got selected to be an apprentice coach in my coach. I grabbed this from Scotty Hobbs. Next challenge. Say Lori Randall, say Carrie Lynn, say whomever is your sponsor coach, whoever's running the next coach group. Scotty sent this to me because I was like, what the heck do I have my coaches say? And I never actually have shared this screen before. I was told I could select 2 people to do the challenge along with me. If you think it might be something you're interested in, like to be considered, click like or comment below. hurry though, I only have 4 days to choose. So you're not spilling a whole bunch of information. You're not telling them if it's a Beachbody Challenge group. You're not telling them about the program because the program might not be the right one for them. You're not giving price. You're not telling about Shakeology. You're just saying, I'm just putting my feelers out there. I'm starting a group. It's helped me be able to lose weight, feel better, connect to really awesome people, whatever the benefit was, the reason why you decided to do a Beachbody program. And I want to find out who would be interested in learning more about it. And then giving a deadline so that then people feel the urgency to not just say, oh, I'll get back to that later. So that's an example post. It's not the only one you have to use, but it's one that Scotty shares with his team. So I thought, hey, share with you guys. Scotty Hobbs, for those newer coaches, he is a 2-time top 10. So out of 300,000 coaches, he has been one of the top 10 coaches 2 years in a row. He was working 2 jobs. His wife was working a job. He retired, both he and his wife, and makes, I think he actually did hit the $1 million club in 2 years. He made $1 million with Beachbody in 2 years. He makes a 5-figure income weekly. So if he's doing this with his coaches, I want you guys to do this too. Here's a new coach kind of life cycle. You're a new coach, you become an apprentice coach, which means you're inviting people to a challenge group. That's your focus. Invite people to a challenge group. Invite people to coach with you and invite people into our training. Invite people to Team Force. Invite people. Don't you worry about the rest of the stuff. I'm running challenge groups. I'm running team training groups. You're an apprentice coach. You're just finding people to do this with you. Then you become a coach that runs your own challenges. And you know what? You can even skip from a new coach, because Carrie Lynn actually was like, I'm going to run my own challenge group. I was like, shoot, go for it. You run your own challenges. You start setting the date that works for you. You be the leader and you be the one that's posting, and you can run your own challenge groups. And then you can have people sign up as coaches and still add them to my training. And then the next step is a coach who is training your coaches as apprentices in your challenges, and you're training them. And that is the life cycle. And that is my goal, is to get everybody to that square box, to be running your own challenge groups and running your own training groups, because that means you are thriving and growing and reaching your goals, your fitness goals, and you're helping other people. So that is my goal, is to get as many new coaches around that cycle doing their own thing. I don't want anybody attached at my hip forever, because then I'm not doing you any good. You're only doing this for me. You're only doing what I'm doing, and this business needs to be yours and what you want out of it. Here's the life cycle of a challenger, how it kind of works. You have a new challenger. They're joining a challenge group for the first time. They're super excited. After the first 2 weeks, they're kind of going, hey, this challenge group isn't just about posting sweaty workout pictures. We're talking food. We're talking, negative thoughts. We're connecting with each other. We're sharing recipes. I'm feeling better. I have more energy. I'm looking better. I'm starting to have my clothes fit better. I've lost some pounds. And then 30 days into the group, we run 30-day groups. And at the end of the challenge, they have belief. They're like, hey, this was great. The program was great, especially with the 21-day fix. They're sharing what they're doing. And you end the challenge group with either them continuing as a challenger in your next group, or in your general, we have a general big lifetime challenger group, I call it, or they sign up as a coach and they start doing the same thing for their friends and family. If I can get anything specific right now, is that you reap what you sow. Like, you can't compare yourself to anybody. Some people might start and they might take off and they might become, a superstar person in the business within 3 months, and they can surpass everything you've ever done. Or we have coaches who, like me, took a while to figure things out. It all depends on where you are in your personal growth. People don't join you because of Beachbody. They don't join you because of the programs. They don't join you because we all have the same tools. They join you because of who you are and what you're doing and what you're sharing. And so you might be at a different place. For me, I had to learn how to make friends. I mean, it's like, I laugh. It's not silly, but it's true. I had to learn how to make friends. I didn't have any friends. I couldn't invite people I knew from high school because I didn't have anybody that I knew from. I wasn't even connected with them on Facebook. I started with like 200 friends on Facebook. That's all, And so I've taken a while to get over my own crap, my own limiting beliefs. I've gotten it in my own way so many times. It's taken a lot of personal development for me to grow. Somebody might be in a different position with their communication skills, with their belief in themselves. They might have been a cheerleader in high school and cheerleader in college and have had great friendships, and they just say, hey, we were so fit. We were the top of the pyramid in cheerleading, in high school. Now we're moms. You want to do this with me? And they might say, sure. And so it all depends on where you are. So you got these seeds, 75 to 90 days to mature. I do talk to some people, boom, right away. They're like, heck yeah, sign me up, get me in a challenge group, be a coach. Why not? There are other people who 2 or 3 months later, I talked to like 10 people today, and I think that there might be one that might join us by the 6th. I need to get back to her tonight. But the other 9, I'm going to say it's July, August, September, October, coming up on the holidays. They might be ready. Talk to Carrie Lynn. It took her a few years. But it is worth the wait. It is worth building relationships. It is worth connecting and continuing to plant those seeds and to nourish. And then they're ready to go. And when they're ready to go, I used to run challenge groups, and I used to beg and persuade and convince people to do my challenge groups, and they lasted maybe a week. And then the challenge groups went silent, and I had a whole bunch of returns on their programs and unfriended on Facebook. And it was because I was trying to push them to do something they weren't ready. Now I know that when somebody signs up to do something, it's because they're ready. Nikki, we talked about that 2 years ago. She was doing T25. And she came to me and said, hey, I want to do this. I want to do what you're doing, and so she's ready. I know she's going to rock it. I'm talking to you specifically right now, Nikki. You are going to rock this because you're ready, and you have decided it was your time. So don't beg, don't try and convince, don't try and persuade. We definitely do want to make sure that people understand the value of what we're talking about, and they're not just throwing out excuses, but I say that that's for their benefit because they've been living with those excuses forever. I really want to make sure if they're still holding on to those, if they want to hold on to those excuses. So, you have the excuses of, I can't afford it. I don't have time. There are reasons for people to not join, and I really want to be like, okay, is that a real reason, or is there something else? Are you more afraid of failure? Are you afraid it's not going to work? Or do you really not have money? And if they really don't have money, you let them go. And if they're really still afraid, you let them go. But if I can't stress enough to new coaches, you don't compare yourself to anybody, and it does take time. But I promise you, it is worth it. It is worth it when you see the light go off and somebody just nails it because they are ready. And it is awesome to see and participate with and experience that journey with them. Here is the lead from the middle. You know what? These challenge groups that we're running, help your sponsor coach out. You're in these challenge groups. You're inviting people to the challenge groups. Be active. Be active in our coach page. Be active in the challenge groups. Be active and have your voice heard. Because while I'm running a challenge group, it helps when I have the other coaches supporting me and posting and connecting and being there, because a lot of times the people who you're inviting to a challenge group, they've never been in a challenge group before. A Facebook challenge group could be scary. They're with a whole bunch of strangers in a Facebook group. That's normal for us, not normal for other people. So be don't be afraid to stand out. Even if you're an apprentice coach, even if it's the first time you're doing a challenge group, don't stay in the middle, because like you see these pencils with all the different colors. We have enough colors to paint a beautiful picture together. That sounds really cheesy, but just try to think of another analogy. But we all have something to offer. So where do you start? The 3 vital behaviors. Be a product of the product. That means do your workouts. You don't have to have a fit and an amazing 6-pack, but do the program so then you can share what they're doing for you. You do your personal development, and as a new coach, you might get sick of me, but I will preach personal development because it has changed my life so much. And like I said, you're going to hit a point where you have all the tools, you have all the training, and it's just a matter of you becoming a better person and you becoming the type of person that attracts the right people. And that's all going to be done through personal development. There's going to be fear. There's going to be time management skills. There's going to be all sorts of different things that you're going to come up against, and you're going to need that personal development every single day. I personally read a new book / listen to a new book every single month. And so I pick something that I'm struggling with and or need to improve upon. And I will always have a book that I am turning to. So personal development, huge, huge, huge. And then sharing your journey. This is the implementation part. You can't help people if you don't share what it is you're doing. And that's the whole being a leader. Don't be an undercover coach. Doesn't work. It's not helping you. It's not helping anybody else to hide away and just hope somebody might happen to ask you what you're up to over the past 6 months. It's just, you're not going to have success in helping people and growing your paycheck and improving your life if you're not sharing with other people. So I wanted to show you an example for Christina. Here is her sharing or being a product of the product and sharing. She posted this, and this is where she said, do I not get butterflies? Here's an example also of an invitation to a challenge group. It's not saying, I love doing 21 Day Fix, and here's the link, and here's how much it costs, and Shakeology this and Shakeology that. She said, I was in a group. Here's where my life was. I decided to do this group. Here's what happened. I have another group starting. We're going to run this together. Who wants to join me? And if you go to her profile, she's still getting comments on that. She posted that 2 days ago, yesterday. Actually, I think it was 2 days ago. And so she's still getting comments on it. And so she already has a friend in our July 6th group who already bought a challenge pack based off of this post. So here's another example of how to be a product of the product, have the programs work, and then share it. Share it, share it, share it, not sell. Selling is yucky. So here's an example. Here are personal development books. As a new coach, these are some of the best first books. You're a bad A. I always say bad A. I don't know. I'm a conservative mom. There's so much cussing in that book. But you feel so rockin' awesome when you read that book, and it helps you get over your crap. So I recommend that book to everybody, and you can just highlight out the cuss words. It was horrible. I didn't realize it was, I had it on my audio in my car, and I didn't realize with the kids in there, and all of a sudden it was just like, bleepity bleep bleep bleep, and I was like, oh my gosh, so I had to turn it off real quick. So don't listen to it with your kids in the car, but it will change your life. GoPro, that is an amazing book. There's another one on here that I didn't put, and I should have put. GoPro is an amazing book because it talks about how to do it right, how to build relationships. The Compound Effect and The Slight Edge are 2 books that are very similar, but it talks about, you don't get bit by, an elephant, you get bit by a mosquito. It's the small things that matter. So doing the small things day in and day out will bring the big success. Make It Happen by Laura Casey. She talks about how to balance your life, and how to find your purpose and then pursue that, balancing your life. And then the last book, and I can't believe I didn't put it on there, it's my favorite. It's called The World's Greatest Salesman. And I avoided that book like the plague because I was like, oh my gosh, I don't want to read a book about selling. And it is amazing. It talks about love. It talks about how to overcome objections, how to overcome other people who are negative, And the whole entire book is about love, how to love yourself, how to love life, how to love other people. So I'll have to change up this slide. And so by Og Mandino, the greatest salesman in the world. I'm almost done here. Here is how you share. You share on Facebook. You find what's your niche, what's your story. Just like Christina said, this is where she was. This is what she joined the challenge group, and this is what happened. When you're sharing on Facebook, who are you talking to? Single moms, really overweight people who are struggling and need a place to start. New moms, working moms. Moms with older kids, moms with younger kids. Focus on what is going to add value to them. Share your life, share the benefits of working out, and share it in a way that's going to be adding value to those people who relate to your story the best. For me, I'm not going to relate to the person who has 60 pounds to lose right now. And it kind of changes as your season changes. I'm relating to people who are pregnant. I'm having a lot of pregnancy conversations. I'm pregnant. I have a lot of conversations with people who want to improve their marriage, because I have a lot of things on there about Cameron and I and our marriage. I relate to moms who have young kids. And so find the topics and this is a place where you add value to other people. And then here's how you get started. You go through your Facebook list and you write down people's names. Are they a coach prospect or challenger prospect? A coach prospect is somebody who might need to get fit or already is fit. Don't count anybody out. Don't look at somebody and make a judgment whether or not you think they're going to make a great challenger or coach, because there have been people who I thought they totally are going to jump on board with this. They love fitness. They love insanity. And they said no. And there are other people who blew my mind because they came to me and said, I need your help. And I felt really embarrassed because I didn't ask them, because I made the judgment that they wouldn't be the right person. When we think about it, I was an overweight, depressed. I was suicidal with my thoughts. A new mom with a new baby, with an entrepreneur husband living paycheck to paycheck. It's not somebody who you think would rock their own business, be able to pay out money and be in a position to really help share their passion for fitness. And so had I, looked at me, I would have discounted me. Don't discount anybody. So go through your Facebook list and make those two categories, and then make a point to message 2 people a day, and just reach out and say, hey, I was thinking about you. And again, we have trainings on how to reach out and how to really talk and build a relationship with people. We're reaching for Success Club. We said Success Club was important as a new coach. You get Success Club. It is going to help you. It's a benchmark, Success Club 5 or Success Club 10. It's a benchmark to show that you are doing the activities to build your business. You get 2 points for every challenge pack, and you get 1 point for every coach or customer who gets Shakeology on Home Direct. And so for 5 people, you just need to, that's why I say help 3 people with challenge packs. I put you at Success Club 6. I'm showing you this to show you that every single month I will be in Success Club. I have not missed a month in Success Club. Success Club is my do or die. And I will be in Success Club because I will be running a challenge group every month, and I will have new people in there that I am helping. And so this is to show you, this is last month, and I have yet to miss a month because it is something that I am now, well, since 2013, I'll make that clear. Since 2013, I became serious. I have not missed a month in Success Club, because that means I am helping people, and that means I am doing the things I need to do every single day. Talking to 2 people every single day, my coach and my challenger prospect list. The reason why Success Club is really cool is because not only are you then getting commission from the sales, but also Beachbody has this new Success Starter, where if for the first 3 months of your business, you hit Success Club 5. So for the first 3 months, so if you signed up in June July is your first month. If you sign up in July, then actually August is your first month. You get 3 months, and if you help 3 people for your first 3 months, so a total of 9 people, 3 people each month, you then get a free ticket to their national conference. This year it's in Nashville. It's, my gosh, it's coming up, huh? It's less than 2 weeks away. Carrie Lynn and I are going to Nashville with a 35,000 other coaches. And you get to go there for free. You get to work out with the trainers live. You get to hear trainings. And so if you hit Success Club for the first 3 months of your business, you'll get a free ticket to next year's summit. And they're going to announce where that is and the details of that next week, 2 weeks. They'll give us details on that. So what do? Here's your first 3 milestones. Getting 2 people in my challenge group. We're going to say three people into the next challenge group. And again, I need to look at the calendar date. I want to say the 27th is our next challenge group. We have one on the 6th. So if you get people, I encourage you to, it is the holiday weekend, but you're at parties, you're talking to people, you're saying, oh my gosh, I have no clue what I'm doing. I just did something crazy. You want to do this with me? We're starting on Monday. You achieve Success Club 5. That is 3 people. So 3 people into a challenge group each month. And then reaching Emerald status, you're having 2 people join you with coaching, whether or not they want to build a business or they get a discount. One of them as your spouse, you're halfway there. You only need to find one other person. These are the first 3 goals. And honestly, you can sit there and go, I don't know if I can do this. There's a group that I'm involved with, a mastermind group, and they were talking about it yesterday. There is a woman who went diamond, so 2 emeralds, 3 coaches on each side. She went diamond in 28 days. She is 68 years old. And I'm gonna even stop this screen share so I can see your all's faces, because it's amazing. She's 68 years old. So you have all the different, I don't know how to use social media. I don't have the 6-pack. I don't have, all the different things that you could say for why you're not succeeding. And this woman is 60 years old, has no idea how to work her Facebook account. She doesn't have the 6-pack body. She just went around and she told all of her friends, all of her family, I'm 68 years old and I can't believe I just finally found what I'm supposed to do. Everybody else my age, they're sad, they're looking to the grave, and I have found a young group of people who I can now call family, and I am so excited, and I am going to live out the rest of my life with excitement and hope, and I'm going to get in the best shape of my life so I can look darn good in my casket. And so she made it possible, and she debunked all the different reasons for why I might not be able to succeed. And so I'm here to tell you that you can succeed. I believe every single one of you can succeed. It starts with you, and it's time to rock. I will be here. I'll be doing trainings. I'll be doing coach calls, webinars, hitting Success Club, running challenge groups. I will do the meat of that for you guys every single month because I love it. You guys invite people to those things, learn and grow, and then you can do that for your friends and your family. I want us to kick some tail this year. I want us to invite as many people. It's fun. It's exciting. It's simple. It's not easy. It's not easy to get people out of their comfort zones and to work out and sweat and get rid of negative thoughts and limiting beliefs. But it is simple. It's inviting people by sharing your story. And so we went super long. I apologize. They're usually only 30 minutes long, but I wanted to go over all those things to kind of give you an overview of what is a good foundation as a new coach. Again, making sure the focus is just on inviting people to do the workouts, drinking Shakeology, getting fit and healthy with you while you're on your journey too. So I'm going to end this recording, and I'll just hang out if anybody has some questions